Alright, so here we have our videos. Alright. Now we are going to we want to work with let's say 3 to 4 videos. We want to create a transition effect and also add text to them and see how they actually work. So the first thing we do is that we drag our video into the timeline. So let's say I want to work with this my man here. Alright, sorry. I don't think we need this. It's not part of it. So just delete. Yeah. So I'm going to drag the first one. Yeah, stop asking me. So I'll just stick to this. So drag the second one, the third one, then the fourth one as well. So this is it. So you can reduce the timeline so you'll be able to see everything. Alright. So let me just drag this down. So just click and take this to the beginning and play. So when you play, that is what you have here. Cool. Now you have this, then this comes in, this comes in. Yeah, then you have this. You have this. Then you have the third one, you have the last one where he's working out. Yeah, so this is what we are going to do, yeah. So I want to make him start by first I want to make him start by boxing. Can you see? Yeah, so and he's done doing this, so I can just click here, then reduce it. All right. So I'll drag this one close to it, the next video close to it. So kick in, yeah. So I can just have that kick in like just a single kick. So just have a single kick, maybe slow motion, then I'll play. You can use space to play. So you can come here. So let me say I can choose to play here or use my space button to like play. I think you should be able to see a keyboard shortcut somewhere here if it's possible. I'm not sure. But regardless of that, so use your space button to play. So yeah, space button to play and to pause and play. So see, yeah, then I have this then. Yeah, so I can just cut it. So I have plans to make this a slow motion. Alright, slow motion. Then I have this as well, where it's kicking. Then so 1, 2, 3. Alright. Then so this. Then can have this as well. I can also reduce this more like the final part where he's taking a break and all like that. So let's start. Let's just play to see how plain it looks. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then it kicks and it's kicking again. Alright. Then it goes down to that. So let me first convert this to a slow motion for you so you can see how speed works. I think it's this. So let me expand my timeline so I'll be able to see it in a clearer view. So this is it. Alright. So I'll move my key yeah, let me just call it keyframe so you can just understand. I'll put my keyframe here so you'll be able to see. So it's kicking here. So what I'll do is just I can just right click on it. That is an option, selecting option. Right clicking on it and be able to see speed. There are many options here. Can you see slow? Many flipping, motion tracking, green screen. But I want to work with speed and duration now. So speed and duration. So what I'm going to do is that this is the speed here. So I'm going to increase, reduce the speed. So when I reduce the speed and I press OK, it's become longer. Let me Control Z. Let me undo. So if I undo, you can see what it looks like before. Can you see now? If I should redo, you see what it looks like now. right? So if I should play, you realize it comes in a slow motion. Okay, I think it's still fast. It's still fast. Sorry, it's still fast. It's still fast. It's still fast. So I can easily just go back to speed and duration. Reduce the speed. Okay. No, it takes time to process and render. So when I move back, I can actually just play. Then yeah, now you see it's in slow motion. So let me just give you one more thing. Then okay. Then you can see it's getting longer as the time is, because basically all you have to do when you reduce the speed, the time gets to, it's more like you are stretching the time by reducing the speed. So it becomes the size of the video on your timeline becomes longer, right? So when I play now, then yeah, now here we go. Can you see? That's it. Then we have this as well. So let's say you have your first kick. So then 1, 2, 3. Now we can say we want our first kick, alright? 1, 2, and the third one you can just pause. Then you can split it, alright? You can split it. So I have this, I have this. I'm going to add slow motion to this also, speed and duration. I'm going to reduce the speed. So the third one can be a slow motion. Alright. So when I play 3. Alright. So now you can see that as you're adding slow motion to it, it's changing what it looks like at the top here. You can see that the top of this one is different from what this one looks like. So you can easily just actually like add to the slow motion from the top here. You can come to the top and expand the time. So there's the difference between expanding the time here at the bottom here at the bottom here. That's like you're expanding the sorry control Z. No. So it's like you're expanding the size of the video or reducing it. Sorry. More like you're expanding from here, for example. Now, if this is something like this, now you are not expanding that. You are expanding the speed of the video by coming to the top here. So you expand. You can see that the speed is changing as I'm expanding. Exactly. So that will determine. So if you don't want to go through the steps of having to like right click and going back to speed and duration, you can easily just do that. Yeah. So okay. So when I play, uh, then yeah, the third one. So I think it's too slow. So let me just take it back a bit. All right. So so you have then it's kicking and it kicks, then it kicks, then you can move this one close to it as well. Then you have your then you have him going down, and that's it. That's it. Now let's add transition to it so you can see how it works. So let's come to transition here. And now transition works between two two different components. Now this is two different elements. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Remember that we cut this out of 1 here, 4, and this is 5. So all we have to do is just to check for the transition that we want to use. You can double tap to see how it works on the screen first before adding it to it. So let's say we want to add this one. So we can just drag it in between the two. Once it's in between, it will show this for you automatically. You just drop. Yeah. Let me just go back so you can understand. So this is I want to use the 103 transition effect. I'll click on it and drag it in between two different videos here. And I'll just drop. So when I do that, I can click on the transition effect alone and expand where I want it to start or finish. Can you see to start or finish? I can expand where I want my transition to start, how long I want it to take. So when I should play my video now, it's jabbing like 1 2 1 2 1 2. When it's about to get there, then can you see guest and then can also add a different transition to maybe this to this two. So so you can click on my transition effect. No, you can click on your video and adjust your video. But once you adjust your video, the effect disappears because the effect functions when the two videos are closer to one another or to each other on your timeline. All right. So let's say let me expand my. Let's say we have this. Sorry. Let's say we have these two videos like this. Let's say we have them. They are somehow spacious. For example, now the timeline will never stay. It will only stay on one. It won't work with the two. All right. So let me say we have the two close. So I can just click on this, then adjust my timeline. So when I come, so let me play from the beginning. So when I should play, I see 1 2 1 2 1 2, then kicks, then yeah, 3. Then we can have the third one where you know so we can have that. That doesn't have to be too hard. You can just have this faded grayscale, right? So faded grayscale. So as it's doing that, then we have the last one, right? So that's that. So that is we adding. So you can just play around the transition effect and see how they all work out. All right. So that's how transitions work. So now let's say we want to add elements to it. We still add effects, but let's say we want to add elements first. So when we come to elements now. So let's say where it kicks the so let's say as it's jabbing here, I want to have more like an effect of what should I have? Maybe just want to play around something. There are pre-installed effects that you can actually download and that you can work with as well. So let's say I want to have this fire effect, for example, when it kicks. So so not this kick. Yeah, so I want to have so I'll just drag this fire effect now. So the fire effect is going to be like a separate element on its own. So I'll just drag it. So it's creating a new track for the fire effect. Once I drag it, I'll drag it on an empty track, not here. I won't drag it here, alright? Because if I drag it there, it will like create a bridge between the two. So what I'll do is that I'll drag the fire effect on a blank track. So it forms a track by itself, alright? So I'll just try to locate where I want it to like to function. So I'll just move slowly. So when it kicks, then I want my fire to just come up and that's it. That's it. So let me play. So let's say it's playing. Can you see? It's jabbing. Yeah, exactly. So I can try to maybe reduce the you can double click on it here and reduce the size. Reduce the size and just make it come here. So when it kicks, it's just yeah. Can you see this will happen here? So this will happen. So after the transition, it does yeah something like that. Then it does that. Then slow motion. And let me try to reduce the grayscale effect here so it can last longer. Sorry. I can reduce the grayscale transition effect so it can what's it doing like this? Sorry. Just adjust it so it can last longer. Alright. So when it kicks, then it does that. So that is how effects work. So let's say as it's doing this jabbing thing, I want to add maybe I want to add another effect to it, something cool. You know, you can choose to add this. So this is going to download and just make it snappy. Um, yeah. So you can choose to have this. So when it's doing that, you can just play and you see the air effect come up. Yeah. Do you understand? So it's left you to now decide how you want it to work. So I think I'll just have the frame, just the fire for now. So that is how. So there are a lot of effects that you can have. You can also download effects. Download effects and yeah, see how they all work. And so it's doing that again. Does this in three and that's it. Now let's say we want to have our effects. So this effect is more like filter effect. I love using dirty. So dirty effect. We have this effect that is dirty. You can search. So we have this estimate dirty. This is what it looks like. It looks like to make it look dirty. So you can easily just let's say we have very dirty. Let's say we have an effect. I think 70s or something. 70s. So an effect 70s. I love using this effect. So it gives it this old look. So all you have to do is to drag the effects on a blank track as well. Then when it's on a blank track, you can just expand the track, expand the effects, just cover the whole video, the whole part of the video. And when you play, sorry, I think we still have some pieces that we left out. We're leaving out, so let me just go to the beginning and then you can just play and when you play, you can see the effect. Yeah. So to adjust the effect, maybe you want to adjust the level of transparency, which is the opacity or something. You can just double click on it. Double click on it. You see alpha. You can just reduce the alpha and reduce the level of transparency and how sharp it looks. So you can close this as well and locate other effects. There are lots of effects. There are lots of effects. You can, let's say I choose to delete this one, for example. I want to use the kaleidoscope. So you can just drag the kaleidoscope here and it's going to process and I'm going to have my video. Can you see? So there are a lot of effects that you can use to there are a lot of them. You can have your fish eye. Have your fish eye. Can you see? So depends on what you are working on and how you want to. You can have your light streak, so your light leak. So it's downloading. So you can have as many effects. You can just download all of them and use them for whatever it is you want to use them for. It's easy to use. It's just drag and drop. You don't have to create anything or there are times that you may have to create some things, but if you are let's say you're adding a product, so you're adding just picture or text to your videos, so you can see the light strip, yeah, and something like that. So something like this, you have a light where you play and can you see, yeah. So you can expand this as well and have it throughout the now we throughout the video. Let me just reduce my timing and have it throughout the videos, just be like an effect and everything keeps playing like that. So that is how effects and elements transition works. Let's just add text to this. We're going to add text to this. Once we do that, then we're going to round up with this part of the video. So this is text, right? This is title, like I said in the first episode. So just the way you click on title, you'll be able to see different text effects. So just the same way you've been dragging everything into a blank space, So you just drag your text into a blank space, into a blank track. All right, can you see? It's not on this, not on this, not on this, but on a black track. So when I do this and scroll up, this is my text. You still be seeing basic text or something. This is it. All right. So let's say this is what we have. All right. So I can easily just double click or double tap on my text. When I do that, I'll be able to see the text option and the settings. So let me say boxing. I want to use a solid font, something solid, something thick, something cool. So I can use, you can select your font here. You can select the font you want to use here. There are many fonts that you can actually select that you can work with. You can select your font style, or I think I know the font I want to use. I know font, it's why I do so. I know what I want to do, so I'll just type it there. So I want this font. Yeah. So this is it. I can say I want to expand it here, but there's a limit to how it can expand. But once I have this done, yeah, once I work on the scale, then I can now select my font size. Can you see, to fit into the scale? So let me give you an instance, for example. If I did not expand this scale, and I'm selecting my font size, it won't it's be limited within that scale. But if I should expand my scale, then my scale aligns with my desired font size. Now this is it's black, and sorry, I need to so this is white, but it's not well contrasted, so I can just come down and make my text black, under this same setting here. Make my text black. Can you see? Oh, sorry. This is my text here, so I can just okay, settings. So I'll click here, then make the text black. Exactly, you can see it's coming out. Now with the text being black, I can the opacity, level of transparency, this is the same setting here, but you're just scrolling down, just scrolling down to check other options. You can rotate, you can choose to rotate, and you see, you can choose to scale, to expand. That's my scale, all right. Or then, so this is opacity, level of transparency. And use the transparency and have this. Do you understand? So that is my text. So I can play. Have my text coming in. Then I can choose to queue my text. So just reduce the text here. So I can, or if I don't want to do that, to maintain the same feature that my text has on other text, all I have to do is just to go to where I want to break my text here. Just come here and break the text into two. Divide the text, and we have two texts: text one, text two, but they have the same font. Yep. This is text two. So I'll come here and edit my text two to kick in. KICKING. Now we have kicking. Now we have boxing. We have kicking. Now I want my text to come up after the transition. So let me I want my text to come up after the transition. So meaning this is where my transition stops. Yeah, usually transition stops. So I'll just move the text to this place. Now if I should play, I have my text coming in as boxing, then we have kicking, right? Kicking, then yeah, so let's say we have that. Let's add effects to our text so they won't just be blank. And let's say you want to add animation effects to your text. So under this text effects, you should have even seen the options. This is text, this is video. Video has its own animation style as well. If you select your video, for example, you'll be able to see the video animation. You want to change the video color, everything. But we have for text. We are working with text animation here. Alright, so this is my text. So let's say I want my text to come in as a typewriter text, for example. I can really just click on my text and just double tap on this typewriter, double tap on it. Once I do that, I have my text, I have my effect on my text already. It's there already. So let's say I play. Can you see? But it's coming slowly. Okay? It's coming slowly. It's meant to come in like a typewriter fast, but it's coming in slow. So all I have to do is just to come to advance here. Now this advance help me determine where I want it to start from and where I want it to end from. Alright. This is where I want it to start from. This is where I want it to say. So let me see. Let me try to play. So this is where it starts from and end from. So let's say sorry. So let's say this is what I want. It's still slow here. So I think I'm making a mistake here. So you just go to the end point and you just go to the end point and I think it looks so different. Alright, fine, awesome. So this actually helps us with, so this is how long it takes the test to get typed, then how long the test takes on the screen, then it's going out. Alright, so yeah, when you play, it shows this and it shows this. Now that's for typewriter effect. If you want to change the test effect, you can just click on the test and just go to click on double tap on the test, animation, no animation. We also have effect like which talks, like boom. Let's say we want to use random. Double tap on random. If you should play, this is what you see. It's coming up randomly and it goes off. Then let's say we want to use another effect for kicking. Alright. So this is animation. Let's say we want to use there are a lot of effects that you can use. You can also create your own effects. It's a process to get there. So so you want to use boom, for example, or evaporate. Let's say you want to use evaporate. So just to tap on evaporate, it's there already. So you have to just play. When you play, see your text come up. You will have evaporation effects. You see, and you have this. And that's it for test. Now let's say you want to add sound to it, alright? So you realize that, like I said earlier, we have different tracks. We have tracks for video and tracks for sound. Tracks for video doesn't accept sound, and that's vice versa, alright? So let's say you want to add audio to, okay, that's how we are done with test. Let's say you want to add audio to our video. That's just to come to audio. Let's look for the kind of audio that we would like to work with. So let's say maybe so I think this dynamite is somehow dull from the beginning, but at some point it gets interesting. So I'll just drag it into, realize that it's even coming down to the soundtrack automatically, like the soundtrack automatically. So when I do that, so I'll just start my sound from hold on, it's still going now. So let me just reduce to where I think the sound is quite interesting. Alright. So I'll just play. Alright, I think it's starting getting interesting for me. So I'll just cut. Alright. Just cut. Then once I cut, I can click on this part, then delete and drag my sound down to where it's meant to start from. Then also adjust the length of the sound so it can fit into what I'm working on. So let's play our video from the beginning to the end. Let's just play our video. So sure how the sound works actually. It doesn't actually align with the with the video, but it still makes sense. It's just showing you how to add just showing you how to add sound to video, right? So let's say you want to use this for example. Just play, then you get to see the sound. Alright, so let's say we want our sound to end here. So just come to the end, then you just cut. Click on the sound. Make sure you click on the sound and you cut. Alright, you can delete this part. Now we want to do something. We want our sound to fade out. We want our sound to fade out. So to achieve that, when you come to the last edge of your sound, you see a small white. Can you see this small white thing here? This small white thing. Just click on it and drag it down. So this is your sound fading out. So let's see look at what it sound like from there. Yeah, you see your sound is going down right from there. So we can also have transition that will say dissolve. So we want or let's say fade. So when we say fade, it's fade with black. Let's fade for our video. So when the sound is going down, we can also just carry this down to the black. So when the sound is going down, it's fading. Like the video is fading together with the sound. Can you see? Exactly. So that is how you had your text, you had your video, you had your transition, your effects, your elements to on one. Can you see how easy it is? It's just dragging and dropping, and you can design as many things as you want to do. You can add as much. You can reduce your text, adjust your text. As much as you want to. How you want it to work, and whatever it is you feel like you need to do with your video. All right. I'm going to show you how you can export your video. All right. So export your video. You have to do just to come to export here. When you are done with everything you are doing, make sure it's within your time. So when you export, click on export. So it's going to like validate your results. Then it shows you export settings. All right. So this is the format that you can export with. Most times we use MP4. All right. So this is the export name. Let's say vid2 to be like video tutorial. So we want it to save to document. I want it to be on that document. Or let's say desktop. On my desktop. So you can say settings. This is the setting. You can change the. You can make it maybe better or best. You can reduce something just to make it. Just to reduce the dimension of the size. Then okay. Right. So we have 12 megabytes for a 16-second video. Let's say if I should reduce this to let's say 4,000, I'm very sure it would have reduced. And we have 8.6 megabytes. Alright, so I can just export. So once I export my video exports then, and that's it. I have my video. So just wait for it to export, then we can review the video and see what we have. So guys, our video is out and this is what we have.